Well, hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning to all of my beautiful women and all my sexy men out there in TV land, internet land. How are all of you guys? For those who don't know who I am, my name is Siobhan. Of course, I wear it around my neck. And I'm trying something new. I'm trying to start my own podcast where we are, or me, and others, where we will be talking about, things that's happening in the world as far as the mass shootings, things that's on social media and on the internet. And I'm looking for, some feedback. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to see if I'm really doing this the right way and trying to do it well. Um, I'm not really a political person. I don't do political things like that, but I'm willing to talk about it if that's what you would like to talk about. I'm also into giving advice. I may not always follow my own advice, but giving advice is something that I do kind of better. So, I'm just looking for, some type of feedback as far as what we should do, what we should talk about. We'll have a ladies night, we'll have a guys night, to where you guys can come on my channel or on my Instagram page and talk about whatever you want to talk about. So as of right now, we're going to start with a little something that we could kind of talk about. You can have a little bit of comments here and there if you would like, or would have yous and everything like that. But we're going to talk about with Chrisley Knows Best. Oh my God, we're talking about Chrisley Knows Best. I've been watching the Chrisleys for about 8 or 9 years. Shout out to my aunt. She put me on to them. And this show is actually pretty cool. It's pretty funny and all that stuff. Todd and Julie Chrisley, they're super funny. They super dope. I love their love together. But for those who do not know, they were convicted. They were definitely convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion. And it's jeopardizing their show. They have a season 10 that's supposed to be coming out of Chrisley Knows Best. But due to their conviction of bank fraud and tax evasion, they are facing 30 years. And they have already been found guilty, and their sentencing isn't until October 2022. Like, this is so beyond crazy. The Chrisleys, they pretty much showed their lives on TV, as far as being these rich folks. They have all these cars, they have these houses, they're taking this vacation, that vacation, this child. If I'm not mistaken, the daughter, I forgot her name. I gotta remember it. Whoever knows the daughter's name, please write it down in the comment section, because I don't remember her name. I smoke a little bit too much weed. But if I'm not mistaken, she had at least 6 or 7 cars that she crashed and tore up, cannot be fixed, and then next she's driving around in a whole nother car. So these people are going around fronting like they about that life, and they are lying. They went and got $20 million in loans from different banks, forging different paperwork, giving these banks different paperwork. And now that these banks is asking for their money back, they don't have the money to give. So, this is really, really crazy and sad as well, because if both of them go to jail, what are their kids gonna do? If I'm not mistaken, one of his son's daughters, I believe, has a daughter. I forgot the little girl name. Please, if you remember the granddaughter's name, please write her name in the comment section. I don't remember. But she was a pretty little girl. And what is she going to do if her grandparents has to do 30 years in prison? That would be tremendous to her, because this girl has to be about 7, 8 years old right now. If they're going into season 10 of the Chrisleys, she has to be about 7, 8. I would probably say no more than 9. So what is she gonna do if her grandparents has to do 30 years in prison? And it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you know that you don't have that type of money, why go on TV and front and floss? The same way Teresa Giudice and her husband, they got caught tax evading and lying about money and getting these loans from these banks that they can't pay back because they know that they never had the money. They both went to jail. Teresa did less time, and she ended up being able to stay in the U.S., but her husband, Joe, ended up doing about 3 years, I think. 2, 3 years, maybe 4, the most, I believe, and ends up getting deported. This is what people just don't seem to understand. You cannot be going around front and flossing like you are about that life when you are really not. And you don't have the money to pay it back. And then as soon as you get caught, now you on some, oh my God, I don't know what to do. You didn't know what to do in the beginning. And you shouldn't have did it in the beginning. You know, sometimes you got to make it make sense for people. You know what I'm saying? You got to make it make sense. And it's just too much. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's just too much. Like I said, I'm sorry for all parties involved. Julie and Todd Chrisley. I hope you guys do not get 30 years. Hopefully you guys will get house arrest. And you can be home with your kids and your granddaughter, and you guys can take it from there. Hopefully you will have a season 10 after October, and you find out what your sentence is and whether you go into federal prison or not. You know, so as of right now, let us pray and hope for the best for them. Moving on. Your boy Tristan Thompson. I'm so sick of this man. I'm so sick of this man. I am so tired of Tristan Thompson. I am tired of this man getting caught like this. Like, come on. Like, come on. It's not making any sense to me at all. But how dare you have Khloe throw you a 30th birthday party? You leave the birthday party, go to another state and smash another woman and get her pregnant. And that is how she finds out about the baby. With the girl, what's her name? Marlene Nichols. The girl who is, I believe, in child support court with Tristan Thompson, if that's not already over. But on the episode of The Kardashians on Hulu, for those who watches it, this is how it comes out. And Khloe never knew. Khloe never knew. It came out on social media, and Kim, Kylie, and Kourtney saw it first. They was trying to get in contact with Khloe to let her know about what's going on with her man. And this is how she finds out. This man is just out here popping them out like rabbits. You got a baby here, baby there, baby here, baby there. Sweetheart, you are not in the canon. You ain't got that type of money. Trust. For you to be going around popping out all these kids, and then when it come out, you giving us the boo-hoo sob story, the boo-hoo I'm sorry, and Khloe keeps taking you back. Why? And all, like, you know, for me personally, you can't really put it all on Tristan because Khloe keeps taking him back. You keep taking this man back is giving him the ammunition to continue to keep doing this shit. You got to make it make sense. You can't be mad at the outcome that you created. Like let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. You are a Kardashian. As you can see, I put that in quotation marks because Khloe's last name is kind of under something. Because it's being said that Khloe is not really a Kardashian, but that's neither here nor there. You keep taking this man back for this man to keep going and doing this to you all over again, and then you get angry. You're on live TV angry that this man is out here popping out all these kids with these different women, but yet you keep taking him back. But yet you keep standing up for him. Yet you keep to make him look right. There's nothing right about this. Absolutely nothing. I mean, come on. Like I said, you got to make it make sense. And it doesn't. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My phone is going off. Oh, okay. That was Instagram. But, it's just not making any sense. It's not making any sense at all. Every time you turn around, this man is in somebody's blog, on somebody's news, in somebody's ear with another baby. But yet, you got Khloe trickling behind him. Oh no, he's not that person. He's such a nice guy. What nice guy you know is leaving your birthday party or his own birthday party to go hop on a plane to go fuck another bitch? What good man does that? You're going to have to talk to me nice on this one because this isn't making any sense at all. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to fix this fucking camera. But you, like I said, you're going to have to make it make sense to me. You're going to have to make it make sense to me because I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like sometimes common sense ain't all that common to stupid people. Don't let that go over your head. And I'm going to say it again. Common sense ain't all that common to stupid people. Okay? Okay? Because sometimes you got to give shit to people the way they take their liquor. Straight no chaser, baby. You a fuck up. You a fuck up. And you need to leave that woman alone and let her heal. Let her heal. But like I said, she's not making it no better because she keeps taking him back. And it's just ridiculous. It's just really starting to become ridiculous. Okay. Let's get into a little bit of Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. I don't understand how the fuck this man ended up with this woman anyway. This bitch been passed around the industry like a full-blown blunt. It ain't no way that you thought that you was gonna marry that woman. Stop it. She has her mother's tendencies, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, this is just my opinion. Just mine. But if I'm not mistaken, she has her mother's tendencies because wasn't her mother dating Steve Harvey while Steve Harvey was still married to his first wife? So what you want your daughter to do? She's using her body to get what she wants. Players Club. Remember that. She's using her body to get what she wants. It was a shock to see Michael B. Jordan with Lori Harvey. What the fuck are you doing with her? Didn't she just leave some rapper dude? I forgot who she was with before she got with Michael. But look at how quick it was. Was it like not 30 days? 60? That she broke up with the rapper dude? Or whoever she was with, I don't remember. If you remember who Lori was with before she got with Michael B, please put it in the comments because I want to know. And then you all of a sudden jump into a relationship? Really? Like, damn, bitch. Don't your pussy need to breathe? Like, the fuck? I mean, like, come on. Like I said, you got to make it make sense. And common sense ain't all that common to stupid people. I would have never did that. She would have been a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And I would have sent her on her way. You tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. And then when she didn't give you the answer that you wanted, which was a yes, now it's time for her to go. She should have been gone. A year is just a year too long. Come on now, look at Michael B. Jordan. Look at Michael B. Jordan. Who the fuck is going to turn down a marriage proposal from Michael B. Jordan? Come on now. Come on now. Let's cut it. Let's cut it. Let's cut it. Let's cut it. Because it's just not making any sense. And now Michael B. is back with his ex, Ashlyn, who is a beautiful Latin IG model. What the fuck is an IG model anyway? Can somebody please tell me? What the fuck is an IG model? You model on Instagram for what? Likes and views? The more likes and views you get paid for that. So that makes you a model, but yet you're not walking in New York Fashion Week. You're not walking in California Fashion Week. You're not in London Fashion Week. You're not walking on nobody's catwalk except the Instagram. But yet you lit. Please. Let's cut it. Let's cut it. Like Michael B., I love you like cook food, but you gotta do better. You gotta do better. You gotta. I feel like these industry men and or women should go outside the industry. Stop getting with men and women in the industry that you know is being passed around. Especially these women. These women are being looked at like straight up hookers and whores. Who wants to have that type of reputation just to be with a high priced celebrity? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Not at all. Not at all. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. See, me personally, I would prefer the money over the fame. Even though they both coincide together. I would prefer the money over the fame. Oh, snap, that's Siobhan. Like, yo, we gonna get that. Like, nah, it ain't no getting me. I'm a regular degular chick. I'm basic, as bitches call it. I'm not going to be running around the industry with every man that's willing to rub 2 quarters together for my shit. And I'm going to give it to them because of who they are. No. But then sometimes you got to look at the person. Like, wow. Check out their resume. They looking at your shit. Check their resume. Google them. Google is a hell of a drug, I tell you that. Come on now. Come on now. And then you got Marjorie Harvey, who's telling Lori that Michael B. Jordan, he ain't shit. How was he ain't shit? He snatched up your daughter when your daughter was fresh off the plantation line, okay? She was fresh off the line. Hell, she wasn't even off the line. She was just slid along. Talk about it. But you want to say this man ain't shit? Like, come on. Like I said, she has her mother's tendencies. Use what you got to get what you want. Like, no. Like, honestly, like, what job does she really have? I mean, what type of entrepreneurship, what type of behind the scenes thing does she really have? Because she's living off of her daddy's money. This girl ain't got no job. This girl ain't got no life. If her daddy wasn't giving her money, what would she really have? This is where all the industry dudes come. The dudes that got money. So she's not eating off of daddy. But yet Michael B. Jordan ain't shit. When he picked this girl, when he just slid this bitch off the line. After she just had somebody else's dick in her mouth. Not making any sense to me. Not making any sense to me. Not making any sense to me. Don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, that's on the screen. That's on the screen. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. Yeah, this bitch just made my teeth itch. Okay, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. Ray J and Princess Love are back together again. Are you shocked? Because I'm not. Please. Please. Princess ain't got nobody else. She ain't got nobody else. So she's going to go back to what's familiar. I.e., Chloe and Tristan. They're going to go back to what's familiar. They out here fucking and sucking and doing all this shit to these women, but yet these women refuse to move on. Refuse to move on. They keep going back to the toxic. They keep going back to the disrespect. They keep going back to the deceit and deception and then get mad when people like me have an opinion. If you don't want my opinion, sweetheart, stay off the internet. Stop giving us reasons to have something to talk about. And then on top of that, they also getting mad because they know that what we saying is the fucking truth. We are on the outside looking in. This man has cheated on Princess Love how many times? Didn't she catch him in the act with her own 2 eyes? And then turned around and got pregnant again? I'm confused. Somebody's going to have to make it make sense to me because I don't get it. You keep going back to this man. Like I said, the same thing with Khloe and Tristan. You keep taking them back. It's giving them the ammunition to keep doing it. She's accepting it because she's taking me back. I was just with her last night, but yet I'm about to hop on a plane to go meet with my sneaky link. Who does that? Who does that? These men, I can't say all men because not all men are like Ray J and Tristan. But some of these men need better home training because it's not making sense. But on that same flip coin, these women, not all women, some women, most women, need to start understanding their worth. And understanding that they don't have to sit and take the shit. Women have been single mothers for years, trust it. I watched my mama raise 5 kids by herself and have no issues to this day. Her kids got kids now. You actually think that my mother was going to sit and accept my father cheating on her with multiple women? And she's sitting there taking him back for what? For him to do it again? And you sitting there looking like Boo Boo the Fool? Because that's exactly how these women is looking. They are looking stupid as fuck. Stupid. But do they care? I don't think so. I don't think so. Do I think it's about the money? Possibly. Possibly. Do I think it's because they may end up not getting anyone else after leaving these relationships? Possibly. It's possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But why? Why? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. Sorry, you guys. If you hear... oh my God, if you hear the copier going off, that's because, as you can see, I'm sitting in my office. I'm sitting in my office. Just trying to make it make sense. Just trying to make it make sense. And I need help. You know what I'm saying? I need help. I need help. It's time for me to move on from these weirdo ass people. These weirdo ass people. I don't get it. I don't get it. Moving on. Kels. Mr. R. Kelly. Mr. Baby making R. Kelly. Okay? Well, your boy is facing 25 years in federal prison. Yeah, they are really trying to make an example out of Kels. Do I feel sorry for him? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't feel sorry for him. But do I feel sorry for the women? Some. Not all. Because some of them were real victims. The other ones were sold to him in regards to getting them a record deal So when the well ran dry and there was no more money to give, now it's all of a sudden, oh, he's raping my daughter. He took my daughter from me. My daughter went to a concert with him. Who would allow their 13, 14, 15-year-old daughter to go to an R. Kelly concert without their parents? And then they sitting behind the scenes with this man, and this man is feeding them all of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas that he can do for them. And then your daughters end up missing for years. But y'all claim that y'all don't know where they are. I definitely seen the Surviving R. Kelly documentary. I believe it was 2 of them. I saw both. Please let me know in the comments if you guys seen it as well. But I don't only blame. I don't only blame R. Kelly the same way I don't only blame Tristan, and I don't only blame Ray J. I don't only blame R. Kelly. I don't. I blame the women. I blame the parents. And I blame this fucked up music industry. This man has been a pedophile for 30 years. God rest her soul. When that man married Aaliyah, and Aaliyah was 14, 15 years old at the time, that's when something should have happened. That's when something should have been done. When he sat there and peed on a 13-year-old on camera, and y'all niggas is looking at this shit like, is that really him? Yes, the fuck it is really him. He's positioning the camera to make sure that you get all the liquid. All of it. But yet he got away with that shit. Why? Because he had the money to pay off the people. But like I said, once the well ran dry and there was no more water left, now everybody thirsty as fuck now. Now we need something to drink. But there's nothing in the well to drink. So now it's time to start snitching. Well, not really snitching. It's time to start telling. He did this to me. He did that to me. He has 10 women living under his house. In a bunker. What? Peeing in buckets and all this other shit. He's smearing feces on these women. He's having threesomes, foursomes, fivesomes with one woman and 3 or 4 different men. Like, this is not, like, come on, like I said, you gotta make it make sense. You gotta make it make sense. But yet the industry sat back and watched this man destroy the lives of multiple women. And now y'all want to do something about it? Because outside of the industry, women are now calling him out now? Y'all should have did something about this when he married Aaliyah. Y'all should have did something about him when he married that girl. But he was R. Kelly, the Pied Piper of R&B, making millions of dollars for the industry. That's all they cared about, the fact that he was making money. If he was Robert Kelly, Joe Schmo from down Nostrand and Avenue J, he would have been underneath the jail. He wouldn't have been walking around here 30 years to be able to do this to 30 years worth of women. And now y'all want to do something about it. But I'm just going to say, if R. Kelly does get 25 years, I don't think he's gonna last in prison. I kind of feel it in my soul, maybe a little bit in my spirit, that he's gonna commit suicide. He's not gonna last 25 years in prison. He's definitely not gonna last 25 years in prison at all. At all. That's why they got him in solitary confinement right now. They don't have him in gym pop with everybody else. because they know what's going to be done to him if he does end up in Gen Pop with the rest of the common folk. You know, that's just personally my opinion. That's just personally my opinion. Just it's just crazy. It is just crazy. It is just ridiculous. It is just so sad. It is it is it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And that's the problem. That's the problem. It is what it is. And that's the way people are leaving it. It is what it is. What happens to him happens to him. Or to anyone like him. When it shouldn't even be like that. At all. You know, it's just make it make sense. That's all I have to say. Make it make sense. Moving on. We have 15-year-old Zaya Wade, who was Dwayne Wade's daughter, being honored for Pride Month. I so love this. I am so here for this. I love this beautiful little girl. She is everything. I may be 37 and she's 15, but she is somewhat of my spirit animal. She is out here just taking the world by storm. Don't care what anybody has to say. Yes, I may be transgender, but I am still that bitch. I am still that bitch, and I'm going to let it be known that I am still that bitch. You don't like me? Oh, well, too bad. That's between you, your therapist, and whatever God you pray to. I'm still going to be out here doing me. I'm still going to be out here showing my beautiful face as a woman. Whoever has a problem with this, she's not the problem. You are. You are. She is living her best life and living it the way that she wants to. Living it in her own beautiful, black, comfortable skin. And that's all that matters. As long as these babies and these kids are happy with their lives, it shouldn't be anyone out here trying to discourage that. I love her. I love this girl. I love D Wade. I love Gabrielle. I love how they encouraged her to be who she wanted to be, whether if it was male or female. I love this. I love that. And this goes out to all the parents out there. Allow your kids to be who they want to be. Don't discourage them from that. Don't discourage them by, talking about, you can end up dead somewhere, or somebody is not going to approve and they're going to try to attack you and hurt you and do all this stuff. Don't do that to them. That's discouraging. And then you put them in a place to where they are going to feel like they will never be accepted because they want to be who they want to be. Let them be who they want to be. This girl chose to stand up and say, I am woman. Hear me roar. Okay? And I love it. And I love it. And I'm so glad that she did it. I'm so glad that she did it. And she did it for the world to see. She didn't care about who her daddy was. She didn't care about who her mama was. She did it for her. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate her. And I love this girl to death. And everybody. And if you rocking with me, you should be rolling as well. I love her. I love Zaya. I love her. Shout out to Zaya. Shout out to D Wade. Shout out to Gabrielle Union. Shout out to them as well. Shout out all the way. Shout out. I love this. I love this. I love them very, very much. I do. Yeah. So we are actually going to end this podcast, YouTube, however we are about to call it. I don't know yet. But we're going to try to end this on a good note. I do want to talk about the mass shootings that has been going on around the world. We have the one in Pennsylvania. We have the one in Texas. We had the one in Buffalo, New York, where these people are just being viciously killed for no reason whatsoever. And it's horrible to see this, especially the one in Texas with the 19 children. I do not respect Texas police. All of you should be defunded. All of you should be fired. All of you should be in jail with the man that did the shooting. But I believe that man was killed. But anywho, my condolences goes out to every single family that was a part of these massacres, because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. And something has to be done about these guns on these streets. If they are being confiscated, how do they end up back on the streets? We should not be seeing AK-57s or AR-15s out here on these streets. We shouldn't be seeing no guns out here in these streets. And it's going from the adults to the children. I just seen the other day a 12-year-old boy robbed a gas station at gunpoint and shot at the lady. 12. Another video I seen with the little black boy, with the little white boy who went and banged on the black family's door using a whip, like they was some slaves off a plantation. And the father points a gun at the father and tries to shoot him and almost kills his own child. This has to stop. This has to stop. All of the unarmed black killings, it has to stop. Enough is enough. And it's about time for not only just my people, but all people to stand up and finally say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We need to start figuring out how to put our heads together to make things better instead of making it worse. Why is everybody so much against each other? It's not just Black Lives Matter. It's not just White Lives Matter. It's not just Blue Lives Matter. All lives matter. My life, your baby life, my baby life, my mama, your grandmama, my grandmama, aunt, uncle, sister, cousin, everybody. Everybody's lives matter. And it's time for people to start understanding that and getting that into their psyche and normalizing all lives matter and start taking accountability for your own fuckery. The government is not making it no better. Instead of y'all sitting here fighting over nickel, penny, dime, who you going to give money to, who you not going to give money to, you need to start doing something for all people. And start putting the people first. Putting their lives first. Putting their families first. And start standing in the shoes of the people who is coming to you for help. Because the same way we are sitting here looking for help, you are 2 food stamps away from sitting where we are. And it's time to start normalizing that. So right now, we will have a moment of silence for everyone who has lost their lives. Amen. I want to thank you guys for watching. This is super, super, super brand new. So if you guys have any, like I said, comments, questions, suggestions, even a name for this show, because I don't have one right now, even a name for the show, I will take it all. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please be safe out here in these streets, no matter where you are. Please be safe in these streets. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again. Deuces.